Hi travelers, Tara here, and this is going to be an open reading, a short one. I do hope that everyone is making it through the eclipse, has made it through the eclipse. Okay, strange times indeed. I will be working website members. I will be working on those monthlies and getting those out. I sent you guys out a newsletter yesterday. If you haven't read it, please do so. And your transit watch has been posted. This is going to be a really busy week astrologically as we move into the fall. So grab your charts, take a look. So we're just going to open the cards and see what the cards have to say. I have done some pre-shuffling. And we're just going to open them up. I don't know what spread I'm going to do, so I'm just kind of trying to think about it right quick. I'm being prompted to do. And depending on what the cards have to say, we will depend on how we wrap the reading up. There's a King of Pentacles. So, Five of Wands and the Empress. So this is our situation. This is the effect that's happening right now. Let's see what kind of cross conditions or blocks that there are. There's a Four of Pentacles. There's a Queen of Pentacles. And there's a Four of Cups. So I have these two fours sandwiched with this Queen in the center. Isn't that interesting? Last row down, Page of Swords, Three of Wands. So I have two threes, two fours, a Six of Swords. Wow. Okay, and the Emperor. Let me move these cards. Hopefully you'll be able to see them. And this is how things will play out for the duration. And normally you want to read for a 2-week time frame. I will show you the cards. Hopefully you can kind of see those a little bit. Okay. Overall energy overhanging this is the Six of Cups. Now, this is a really interesting reading. Two fours speak to a safe and secure. Actually, it's three fours here with the Emperor. So let me take a look at these three fours here. Where's my? It's right here. Well, yeah, well, a house move. Flat out, one of the interpretations says a house move. Two fours can speak to the same thing, a possible change of address and or house move. Two fours speak to a safe and secure time period. But three fours can speak to a house move. And then I have two threes, which says one of you are craving more change and excitement. Well, I don't know if this is you as this Queen of Pentacles. And now, to be certain, what we're dealing with is the appearance or the situation is really about this particular King of Pentacles. So either this person is an earth sign male, this will be Taurus, Capricorn, and or Virgo. And if not an earth sign male, then we're looking at somebody who has something to do perhaps with finances, maybe a banker, an accountant, a financial analyst, a stockbroker, a business owner, a property owner, someone who is not only able to build things, and when I say build things, well, he could even be a builder, but when I say build things, this is somebody who can brick by brick put things together and build something, right? Doesn't matter really what, a business, a building, an organization, it doesn't really matter in that sense. And gives good advice. Okay, may give very, very good advice. This person could even be a patron in some sense. This could be a potential business partner in some sense. And so this is the main focus of our reading. Now, here in the center, this kind of block, and I think it's interesting that the two fours block this Queen of Pentacles in. She's not, let me put it this way, the Queen of Pentacles is not necessarily in a situation that she cannot remove herself out of. So when I say a block, that's not what I mean. What I mean is that there is stagnant energy on either side of this particular Queen of Pentacles. Now, are they related to each other? Are they a couple? They very well could be. If they're not a couple, okay, then what we're dealing with are two people who have similar perhaps values, or are both business owners. She can be exactly the same as he, just a feminine counterpart. This does tell me that they are equal. They are on equal footing. Now, this may be in a sense where he may have actually more finances, or more, what do you call it? More capital, or the ability to invest more than she does, okay? But nevertheless, they are still equal. So this may be the idea that maybe one of these individuals or both of these individuals lack something that the other has, but if they come together, they are on equal footing. So this is about, what do you have to bring to the table? And the reason why I say that is because of this Venus card, and that's what Venus is all about. Venus is about right relationships. It is about the fairness and the equality. It is about self-esteem. It is about self-value. It is about the idea of what things are worth and what they cost. What do you invest? So this is not just about your personal finances and bank accounts and property and things of that nature, but it is the idea, and as you guys hear me say all the time, that love and money are two sides of the same coin, because they both equate to value. Okay, I do feel that this particular king is, and let me show you the cards. This is really an interesting reading. I know y'all hear people say that all the time, but there is the Five of Wands. Here is this Empress, and this is a timing card, okay? Most definitely it's a timing card. Here is the Four of Pentacles. Here is that Queen of Coins. This is that Four of Cups. Here is that Page of Swords. There's the Three of Wands. Here is the Six of Swords. And then we have the Emperor, who has vast holdings. An emperor is always more than a king. Okay, which is very, very interesting, because I have these two matched up underneath the coins, but they also present as a couple with the Empress and the Emperor. I want you to look at that. Remember when I say that they are both on equal footing? They are. Okay. Now, fives, we know, those of you who have been with me for a while, fives always speak to some kind of outside changing condition, something that comes in and kind of destabilizes the situations. It's a Wands card, so this could traditionally is related to work, but at the same time, this is about drive and ambition and focus. So this could be two people arguing or working at odds against each other in a way, perhaps on a project, a work project, or some kind of disagreement. This could be surrounding children. We do have kids here. These are actually kids in the Five of Wands, young people. We see the two children here in the card, and then we see this person, this female, in a boat. So there could be some kind of argument over finances, personal property, child support. We are still in the time of Leo. If I'm not mistaken, this is Mars in Leo, if I'm not mistaken. We also know that Mars has retrograded back into the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn is your 10th house of work, career, social standing, ambition. What does it take to get from here to there? What are you willing to do? How hard are you willing to work in order to gain this growth, this abundance, and planting seeds? Okay, so this tells me that this king himself, perhaps he may be a single father, and maybe he has been in, fights or negotiations or arguments with perhaps the mother of his kid, his baby mama. I could say the same for this queen. Perhaps this is you and your ex, or you and your still, but y'all are on the odds and on the outs. You're trying to negotiate something. But I see that this Four of Coins here. The Four of Coins says that this is a time frame when, and this represents Sun in Capricorn. And this tells me that on the one hand, what we're doing is we're conserving. This may be our finances, but we could be conserving our energy. We could, basically it's about not putting forth the full effort into something and just trying to hang on to what you have. Okay, and this can be finances as well. The card can also speak to the idea of someone who's not willing to share what they have with you. They're not willing to devote any resources, and resources are not just finances. We can see that's some kind of a cross aspect here. And then here's this Page of Swords that says news is coming. For some of you, I do feel this is financial news. Okay. Here is this queen in the center. And so this Queen of Coins could be, again, Taurus, Virgo, and or Capricorn. If not, same rules apply. She could be a business owner. She could be whatever the case may be. Same thing, same job description as I gave the male. But again, she's on the same level as he is, even if these people are not together. So here is the Four of Cups on the backside. And so what's interesting to me is that this Queen of Pentacles has her back to that offer. Okay, look at that. And I don't know why she has her back to this particular offer. It's not as though she's, it's just kind of a weird kind of a thing. And I can't understand, I'm not getting why it is that the cup is coming from the back of her. Okay. But here we have somebody who is, again, just kind of waiting around as if to say, well, things are okay the way they are. I'm happy. I'm not exactly sure if I want to accept that. Maybe it's not enticing enough to me. This is definitely some kind of partnership. There's the Three Cups. And then here's the Three Wands. So the news comes that it's time now to set our ships a sail, to or that the news is coming in that finally maybe your ship is coming in. Okay, and I think it's both. I think someone is setting their ships a sail. The other person is waiting for those ships to come in. But we see that suddenly here with this Six of Swords, this is about travel around water, by water, near water. It could again be related to some kind of business deal. But this card can also be the idea that someone comes into your life to help you move to not only a different place, perhaps literally, but figuratively, metaphorically, is coming in, not necessarily to save you, but someone who's going to help you navigate whatever your previous problems were. Okay? Here is this Emperor card. And again, there's this Martian energy here. And Mars and Venus, okay, if they get along, it's great. If they don't get along, and when I said this could be the idea that sex is not good between two people, but it can also be the idea that one person's drive and focus and determination may not match up with the other person's values or value systems. Maybe you're not going in the same direction. And I think for some of you, this may have been something that happened in the past. This may have something to do with this King of Coins' mother, and or perhaps his baby mama. This could have to do perhaps with her father or her ex, in that sense. Okay, baby daddy. And then we see this interesting line of the Empress, the Queen of Coins, and the Wands. It's not like a demotion, so to speak, because these support each other, but it's the idea that something, I think, is changing. Something has changed, is changing, will be changing. Now, I feel for some of you that this is somebody that you already know. If this person has not presented themselves, they will be coming. I'm going to give it the next 2 weeks. You're going to hear from them. Perhaps they contact you and say they're going to be in your area on a business trip. The person wants to meet with you. But this time, what is different is that previously the person was a king. But now they're coming and showing up with an eye to becoming the emperor. Okay? And maybe what this Empress card was saying was, in the past, you presented yourself as the Empress. Maybe that person wasn't ready at that particular point. Okay? So now you have resumed, since there really is no quote unquote relationship between the two of you. Maybe it's still friendly. Okay? You still speak to each other, or you talk to each other every once in a while, or the idea that even though you haven't spoken to the person for a while, the good vibrations are still there, but you are now in the position of being a queen. No matter how this plays out, you guys are on equal footing. Okay? Now here we see the four coins with the queen making a 5 coins. So again, this tells me something is changing. If I look at with the king, this gives me 6 coins. Then I have 9 wands. Then I have 7 swords. Now, the old interpretation of one of the old interpretations of the 7 of swords is the idea of a house move. Okay? This is not the 7 of swords in the sense that someone is, I think, being deceitful or lying. I just think it was the idea of communications not being the way that they should have been. I don't sense that this occurred around the Mercury retrograde. I sense that this is something that has come from the past. There's that 6 of Cups. Now, the 6 of Cups is in some circles known as the soulmate card. Okay? But it speaks to that unconditional love, those gifts that are given. Look, and this gives me a 10 of Cups here. These two. As if an offer had already been made, and perhaps it was made in sincerity. Or that the offer is on hold. You see, the little girl has not accepted the flowers yet. She's looking, but she hasn't accepted them. I get this idea that somebody is contemplating accepting a previous offer. This is why her back is to this. I think an offer had been put forth. Now, what kind of offer? I don't know. I also have 2 6s here. Okay, so that's 3 4s, 2 3s, and 2 6s with a page. Definitely, there's news coming. There is the arrival of someone. There is news coming. Most definitely. Let me, where's my, what was I looking at? I don't even know. Oh, the 2 6s. It says issues surrounding equality may affect the relationship. Well, obviously, because here he was a king where you were the empress. Now you're the queen and he's coming back as the emperor. So definitely there's a change here. There's a definite change here. Let me look at my other interpretations, and then I'm going to look at what some of these cards may mean as they sit next to each other. Definitely, this is equal footing. Okay, let me take a look at the 2 6s here, what 2 6s can mean. It speaks of justifiable faith and trust in your partner. That's one meaning. Let's look at the 2 3s. Tells of a small but pleasant surprise. Now it's making sense. This queen has not made the offer. This offer is coming from someplace else. But, and I don't think this queen has anything to do with it. But yet she's here in the center. So this lets me know that there's something brewing. There is news. There is someone coming. They are arriving. You will be hearing the message. And I think this is an offer that has been put, and either it has not come to fruition yet because it's a 4. Okay? Or the person's not sure if they should accept it. I don't think it has anything to do particularly with this queen. In one sense it does, but in the other sense it doesn't. There's an emotional component to this. Okay, the 2 3s tell of a small but pleasant surprise. Now we're going to look at the 3 4s, and then I'm going to see what these cards tell me sitting next to each other, and then we're going to pull cards. 3 4s, yeah, being overly cautious about everything. Isn't that interesting? Okay, so first thing we're going to do, we're going to look at this 5 of Wands as it relates, because there's only 2 major arcana cards here. And this is definitely a partnership of some kind. One that I think has been difficult in some way, shape, or form. Okay, there's nothing about the 5 of Wands next to this Empress or the Empress and or Emperor. Let's take a look at this 4 of Coins. She comes into support. Nothing about the 4 of Coins. We're going to take a look at this 4 of Cups. Nothing about the Four of Cups, the Three of Wands, nothing about the Three of Wands. And now we're going to take a look at this Six of Swords here. It is this Four of Cups that keeps kind of stumping me. I'm going to go back and read that meaning of that card. No. Okay. Let me go back and read the Four of Cups. Then we're going to pull cards because that's the one that stands out the most to me. Because fours can also speak to a stagnant situation, and we see that there's something is kind of blocking this. And what's so funny is each of these cards that I've just looked at all have something to do with the Wheel of Fortune. All of them, there's an interpretation of them being next to the Wheel of Fortune. All of them. But yet the Wheel of Fortune has not presented itself. Okay. The Four of Cups depicts someone who is not concerned with the outer world. They may be feeling discontent with the way things are and currently in their life, yet are not motivated to do something about it. It asks you to be patient as better is on its way. This will entail some work on your behalf, but it will be well worth your while. It indicates a sense of apathy and or betrayal, which can prevent a positive seeking of new, more positive paths. It indicates that you may be feeling anxious about an offer or opportunity, and there may be doubts about the repercussions of accepting it. You are asked to assess what has already been gained and compare this to what could be gained from the offer. You will need to contemplate the benefits and risks, but it would be better to err on the side of caution. It suggests that you are feeling melancholy, bored, and or unhappy. This may encourage carelessness and emotional discontent and a lack of motivation, but it also tells of new opportunities to come. It asks that you not give in to anxieties and difficulties that may be appearing at the present. Trust that the future will hold new opportunities and successes of many kinds, so be strong, resilient, and patient. It may be telling you of a new offer that may be presented to you, and you are asked to consider all options carefully before making a final decision. It indicates that a time of contemplation on a deep level. Do not turn your back on offers or opportunities, but rather listen to your inner guidance and choose accordingly. Positive results are indicated if you are willing to put in the required effort. It suggests a refusal to accept a potential cup of happiness and may be indicating that someone is feeling very alone and lonely. I think whatever this is, it's going to let's just take a look at this Four of Cups, because this is really the card that just does not seem to fit. This is somebody that you know. It is somebody that you have an affinity with. This could be a past life situation, a karmic relationship, two people coming back together to finish some business. It could be that it's not a karma related to a past life, but karma on this plane. There can be some kind of indication that it's been a lot of blocks and upheavals and things coming in the way of the two of you meeting or coming together. Definitely you know this person. And this person is rethinking. They're rethinking the offer. Remember I said it's a previous offer? I do think that it's a previous offer surrounding you or concerning you, but at the same time, it is another offer. But that other offer has a potential to coincide with the offer concerning you. Well, let's pull an angel answer card. You're definitely, this is somebody that you know, both from a past life and somebody who has some kind of, the two of you have some major, I don't know, is it mojo? That's not necessarily the word. And it's, you know, it's also, there's an attraction there. Venus represents attraction. And so like attracts like, right? So there's something happening. It is both past life and present. And that is why I always stress to you that there is no timing in the tarot. It is a continuum that runs like a river. Okay? Let's put it that way. It just says to get more information. I'm sorry, people. I don't have time for that. So let's see exactly if they have some other, instead of pulling more cards, because I don't have. I might pull one more card for you. I hear y'all. Please, Tara, please pull one more card. I don't know. Why can't I figure out? This is the right book, right? I can't. I don't know my alphabet today. Oh my God. There it is. Now, it says, the situation you're asking about requires more information for you to make a wise decision. Approach those knowledgeable about the topic to solicit their advice. If there are friends or family members in your midst who have insight into the matter, ask for their observations. You may need to do some analytical research in order to get the data you need. This could include reading books, taking classes or seminars, or gathering more information from the internet. So that's, I'm not going to, it did not say that. So that's what I have for you. I hope those messages help. You can find the link to my website in the description box below the video, in the about box section of my channel, and you'll also see it, I don't know. Yeah, those are the two places. So come on over if you need a reading. Love to read for you. Thank you for allowing me to read for you now, and namaste.